Hello and welcome to Universus, bringing you theories, news or more, win, lose or draw. I am of course Brett Pendragon. We're back after a bit of a hiatus for LCs, not playing in them, just observing the stuff as they come along. And of course, I am joined by the lovely UVS Hermit, aka Cameron, the best place to find the learn to play videos, as everyone has pointed out this week on Discord.
Yeah, that was crazy because I only got like one mention. I think only one person did the whole @ symbol thing. I was like, who's talking to me on Discord? And then I just see like a whole bunch of people mentioning me. I'm like, what did I miss? Because that's how I woke up that morning. So thank you. That was very lovely. That is a great start to my day.
Yeah, I mean, I put my video in there, but even in my video, I was like, if you want a breakdown on how these abilities work, if you want more targeted things about your expanding your understanding, check out the Hermit School. The Hermit School is the best place to expand your knowledge. I did a learn to play video because the Godzilla people were asking for one because they're new to the game and it was more just a generic learn to play video.
Yeah, and I think generic learn to play videos are much needed for this game, especially if they're tiered more towards like specific uh IPs. Like if you had a Godzilla learn to play, like showing off the Godzilla cards, that gets Godzilla people involved. Critical Role, we did one, answering questions in a stream live on Critical Role's one of their live streams.
Mm.
So I think tailoring it to specific big IPs can also be a really good draw in helping people find the game.
I did have a think about doing that, and what I decided to do is more like with my deck building video. I used the Godzilla card, so if I want, but I kept what I was saying generic in case I want to update it. But what I don't want to be doing is to play creating the exact same video for every single IP. More like having them be able to maybe updating it every couple of years, if like the game changes.
What you could do is you could record the audio and video separately, and then with each set, just do a different video and just follow along with your audio and just sync it to that so you have like a repeatable
Yeah.
format that you could use.
The main issue with that is you're splitting your viewship. So instead of having
That's
so
true.
like my deck building video that I did when AOT 1 dropped, I made it very generic, but I used AOT cards, and I haven't gone to make another one because we haven't really added anything new to it because tokens don't really count. And
Yeah,
that video is on about 3.4K. If I put that
nice.
video out using the audio every single time we dropped a new IP, I wouldn't have one video 3.5K. I'd have 6 videos with about 300 views, and you know YouTube doesn't would then
Yeah, that's
recommend
fair.
it. But if a new player comes to the game and they see a learn to play video with 2K, 3K, they know they can trust this video because lots of other people come to watch it.
I wonder what my learn to play video is at, or at least my deck building video.
My,
To the
de-
Hermit
my,
School.
my learn to play video isn't doing as well, which I kind of expected, but at the same time, it will grow. It takes a long time for these videos to grow. I did record the
Oh
audio
yeah,
separately, but I don't want to cannibalize my own video into like multiple different things. Cause I did it in my pre-release video, and then we got things like Guilty Gear when it was like, and Rainy Kaiju's like, okay, my pre-release prep video still makes sense, but it's not tailored enough for things like tension and power tokens. I need to record more videos. I would love to
yeah. I
take
think
the
for
easy.
stuff like that, it's best to do individual tailor things because then you could tailor it to the mechanics of the new set.
Exactly. But anyway,
My how to build a deck is 1.8K.
nice.
Neat.
But anyway, we are here to talk about bands and ratters. We were originally going to be joined by uh, the team trading post, but unfortunately they've had a slight issue getting here. Suri has had some travel delays, so instead we're going to talk about still the bands and the rattle list that dropped early. We may touch a little bit on local championships, but I want to kind of save that for when Suri's here. And then we're going to talk about our top 5 picks for what we would play in the 1.5 in the 1K retro event that's coming up soon. Okay, so emergency bans and erratas, it seems, because it dropped on a Saturday rather than a Tuesday, which is really weird.
I thought it dropped on a Friday.
Was it the Friday? I don't know. It dropped.
Yeah, because it was the day. It was before my locals.
Okay, so it was,
which is on a Saturday.
It was Friday or Saturday. Tama has done like a 2-hour video going over this. If you want to go check that out, you can check it out on Tam Cardwell. But City Rampage now requires you to spend a momentum to activate the farm, and Mark Tyner has been changed to once per turn. Now, immediately I said, just make him not end turns, and Jeremy Ray was in Discord, and they said they trialed this. It didn't make a difference. The deck that struggled still struggled, and the decks that didn't struggle were fine already. It just kind of incentivized you to draw more cards. This once per turn is more fair. Is designed to be more fair. I think it's kind of new to them a little bit, because you could reliably play big cost attacks and utilize your defense, or even mess with your opponent's block. Now you're kind of stuck playing a more fair game with these massive restrictions on unique cards.
Well, I think you're still playing the game in a different way because you are allowed to use multiple versions of copies of unique cards, or foundations anyway.
Foundations.
And I think that's still, it just changes the way how he plays a little bit. He's not as chokeholdy. He's not gonna just hold your head underwater until you stop, the bubbles stop. But I still think he can be pretty good. He's just got to target when his check hack is necessary.
I personally don't think the Mark Tyner errata like this was needed, because the meta has so dramatically changed that Mark Tyner is not that much of a threat at this time. If you look at things like Shin Godzilla, Ghidorah, Tyner Terror, they really do not care about Mark Tyner. I mean, I played Mark Tyner. Mine was on all. I know the evil build is a lot better, but I like playing all, so I can use my Shadow Monarch backups because they're all unique. And it didn't matter. There's so many answers now. All my unique foundations got flipped because we have so much card flip now back in the meta. I barely got to shift anything because there's so many ways to cancel keyword abilities. And Tyner Terror just doesn't care because he plays his big attack for free and just smacks you down for double digits. I think this change, if it had happened before Worlds, would have been more impactful now, where Mark Tyner isn't as big a meta threat as he was.
I could see that. And definitely with the whole Titan of Terror currently being on a rampage, I could see where characters that hack checks, he doesn't really care, unless you can try to end his turn early by taking advantage of like a bad check that he had early on in the turn. But even then, he's just going to play his 5 for free and then run over you.
Yeah, the main issue is that because you're getting that 1 for free, Titan of Terror players are playing more control build in an aggressive deck, so they're only doing like 15 to 18 attacks. And then, so what they're doing is they go, cool, yeah, I'll check a 1, I'll commit 4 foundations, build 5, then play my free attack. It does not impact them at all unless you can kind of get their check to below 1. And even then, by doing that, you're having to not have it end their turn. City Rampage, spend momentum to pop off the ability. Strategic Meeting is now a 4 of in every Godzilla deck. It may be reduced like a 2 of, but form, reveal top card of your deck, add it to your momentum. If it's got 3 keywords, add it to your hand. 3 diff foundation, it's got a year left in standard. And you form first, then you form City Rampage, you're fine. Jester took no hit from this because you just go, yeah, cool. I'll commit a foundation, get a momentum, and then we're online and ready to go. I think it was a significant hit to the RNG aspect of it, especially if you're trying to play multiple. But I think we have so much free generation of momentum. I would feel comfortable as, say, Godzilla going dust attack, get a momentum, city rampage. Now everything else is coming at you for
Yeah. At first, I was thinking, well, it slows down like the turn 2 hyper aggro kills. And then I remembered cards like Strategic Meeting exist, and I was like, well, you got to see it. But, then you also have cards like if you went second and you just played a finally free and your rival plays an attack, cool, you get your momentum. So like you said, there is a lot of just free printing momentum. I think a lot of it is on like 3 diff foundations, so maybe that hampers your building a bit. But when you're getting +2 to your checks to play your attacks, I don't think it really matters much.
Yeah, that's the main thing behind it is you're playing a lot more free diffs, and that's scary. But at the same time, if they're going to like progress what you're doing, and they're not all on a free diff. I mean, you've got things like the AOT1 foundation that says if your attack is completely blocked, add the top card to your momentum. You go, cool. Now so take
that's
the
a
damage.
That's a 2 diff, yeah.
Take the damage. Oh, like, put my
Or I get a
page
momentum
online.
anyway.
Yeah. So do you want to see my page this turn or next turn? Like I said, Jester 1, I've seen the very scary tension decks. It's like, cool, yeah, I can just sit here for a couple of turns, generate a bit of momentum, and then go, we're online, let's go. In a tensionless world, this is a really cool change. I still would have preferred to see First Form. Simple as First Form. Because then you can't tighten a terror in City Rampage. You can't manipulate it as easily. You can't multi-stack it. You're just in with this. I don't know how other people feel, but to me, I think First Form would have been easier. But as R&D pointed out to me, this is a change to City Rampage that allows people to do what I've been telling them to do for Titan of Terror, which is build better. If they want to play City Rampage now, they have to build around it, not just slot it into any deck.
Yeah, it's not free anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of bans and erratas, I would love to see Sweeping Daggers come out of the ban list just to deal with Titan of Terror. Because just to go, you want to play your attack for free? Nah, mate, we're both playing your attacks for free.
But you don't have to play that. You get Devour Your Power.
Yeah, I mean, I put a whole list of cards up. Also forgetting that Unexpected Outcomes is technically a way to deal Titan Terror because you get the card from the hand. But Malicious Attacker, Malicious Assault, mwah, I love that card.
Yep.
I've been running.
I built an anti-Titan of Terror, not the Brave Chaotic Meddler, that was like Malicious Assault, Devour Your Power, Invite Hell, your rival mills 3, remove 1 from their discard.
I have a folder specifically designed for this because for when I recorded the video. You've also got a lot of foundations. The one thing I was surprised a lot of people more weren't doing is bouncing the attack. Not now I'm gaming. The AOT 2 one AOT 3 snap decision. You just bounce the attack. You go, I'll play for free. Cool. Respond. You're like, what? What do you mean? I didn't check. You don't need to check. You play it with no check.
You played the card.
Not now I'm gaming.
Put it back
to your hand.
Get out of here.
Things like Dimension Sphere, Sins of the Past, Cape, Genkais, the things that aren't being played because people want to play the new shiny stuff, are absolute great answers to the Titan of Terror, and I think people should be kind of building better on that. I think the meta at the minute is so focused on the new shiny stuff. before you guys hit Chicago, it'll even out a little bit. We've already started to see it. Right, this has been a couple of seasons. The finals were Scanlon Shorthalt versus Reiner, so people are starting to wise up on how to deal with Titan of Terror.
Yeah. But it is very much shiny new toy syndrome, which we get every set. And some of the Godzilla characters are really, really strong. And we've seen like a resurgence with Hunter's Ally building in these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle backups.
Oh yeah.
Which makes me really glad I had my 4 already.
Yeah.
So when I saw Jamie Siu had air, fire, water, I was like, I'm thinking I'm gonna put this Hunter's Ally in these backups in here and see what I can do.
What Hunter's Ally went from like $20 to like $40 overnight.
Queen of the Monsters is still a big card right now.
Oh yeah, and the fact that it's the promo for the first 2 seasons is such a good decision. Destructive Heat Ray as well, being such a good meta card.
I'm mad at that card.
Why are you mad at that card?
I'm mad at that card because I've pulled a playset of it, which is great, and 3 of them are alt-arts. I'm like, these could be any other card that I could give a damn about, and they're not. Why does the world want me to play Destructive Heat Ray specifically on 4 alt-arts?
I mean, because you're not doing local championships to get the promo?
Maybe. Although, because I griped that my only local championship was on a Tuesday. They had 13 players, I think. They were open to 1 in the morning. And now their season 2 local championships on a Sunday.
I wonder why.
Oh yeah, I'm like, but you couldn't put it on a Saturday, really? You got to do it on a Sunday? Okay.
You can go. You don't have to be here.
Well, no, it's that I have work in the mornings, but it starts at like noon, so hopefully it wouldn't be too long. So I might see about road tripping up with some of my locals.
I mean, you can always just pull a sick day. Yeah.
Yeah, but we just let someone go, and I'm about to take on a whole bunch of more responsibilities in the office. So I don't know how many sick days I'm going to be getting.
That to me sounds like you need a break, especially after like you've taken all these responsibilities on for a few weeks.
I do need a break. Holy crap! This whole past few weeks has been really rough. But yeah, but I'm one of those people who will absolutely run myself into the ground for the betterment of others.
I mean, that's fair. We won't stay on this topic too long because I really want to hear what Sweet's been saying. What I would love UVS to do, and it's something I've just brought up, is remove the ability to cap local championships, especially below 16. There's been a few events brought to my attention that they've been capping the players at 8. And it's like,
I did not know that was even a thing that they could do.
Neither did I, and that's why people brought it to my attention. I was like, okay, I'll bring it up weekly. I'm not going to make a video like blasting. I'm not going to mention any of the stars or where they're from, but there's been a few stars brought to my attention that they've just capped the their players at 8. So, in like, you can say, but I won't know what happens if people sign up to that before their locals get there and like other things. Because what if I travel there and I go, cool, I'm going to sign up, and then one of their locals calls in and they go, yeah, cool, we've hit our cap. It's really, especially since like the vouchers and stuff don't kick in until 16 and 32. And yeah, I would.
That's where your sweet spot is.
I would happily spend 20, 30 pounds, euros, dollars, whatever they spend in Israel and whatnot. I mean, although I wouldn't go there, to essentially walk away with a promo Mothra and a promo Heat Ray guaranteed. That seems like an insane value for money play.
Yeah, considering like what Queen of the Monsters is sitting at 40 and Destructive Heat Rays like what 25, 30 for the regular.
Yeah,
I know the alt arts are sitting around like 60, which is why I'm a little mad that I got those and I can't sell them.
Why can't you sell them? You can sell them
because no one around me needs them.
Well, you've got TCG Player, eBay, Rochester.
Yeah, I could, but I'm also very lazy. And I don't trust our U.S. postal system very much.
But anyway, let's get into the main topic we want to talk about this week. So there's a 1K retro event that you brought to my attention coming up soon. And you wanted to talk about our top 5 picks for what we would be playing at that event. Uh, Tell me a little bit more about the 1K event. I guess I missed the advertisement for it.
Well, it's the side. It's a side event for the regional.
Oh, I didn't realize they had a 1K prize pool.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying in the at least when Levi did the video for the regionals that retros were gonna have 1K prizing now.
Really? Because they don't often do cash prizing like that.
Search for retro.
Did I
retro bands and errata updates?
This is where the cameras just lied to me.
Possible. Okay, looking at the bands and erratas, like we can take Jeffrey 1 off of the retro ban list because he says cards with a printed difficulty, and technically characters don't have a difficulty anymore, so I don't think that should count.
I mean, we have printed some characters that still have difficulty, so.
Well, yeah, but that's it was mainly because of the change. Where did I see this?
Anyway, let's move on. So, what we played the retro side event at regionals, or even to try and get the new and improved vamped pricing that Levi's put up there, whether or not it be 1K. I went with some standard sweethearts that I think are quite powerful in retro, as well as some cool ones, and Cam went with a list of degeneracy.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say degenerate.
So, would you like to start off? Are we going to do it our list of 5, or are we just going to go through one each?
We could go back and forth.
Would you like me to start, or would you like to start?
Yeah, you go ahead and start, because I'm still looking at stuff. So, I'm trying to find out where I found this 1K thing.
I will start... Because
this is bothering me now.
It's bothering you now. I will start off with Reign of Kaiju, Titan of Terror. I would play this in retro because I would chuck a bunch of allies into this deck, spend a couple of turns building, and then go ally, pea shooter for free. And then go, oh look, I've got powerful and EX7 and I can clear cards from my card pool to pay for that. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, Pea Shooter is absolutely an amazing card that I adore and quite often have found as a really fun build around. But Titan of Terror playing it for free is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the spice I was on about when I messaged you. Like, you missed the spice. Godzilla.
Well, no, it's because I didn't do Titan of Terror.
Yeah, that's what I said, wasn't it? Like, oh, that makes more sense. But yes, Godzilla, Titan of Terror, Pea Shooter. Not even just Pea Shooter. There's a bunch of really good 5 diffs that, if you say I get to play them for free, gets kind of insane. There's a reason, like, most characters that play stuff for free have a stipulation or a cost. Like, Neftilia has to be in mid. Mina makes you discard. Shishi Wakamaru has a cost limit and requires momentum. Everything that kind of plays no check required has an additional cost or restriction. Titan just goes, yeah, cool, you're actually a 7-hander. I'm just really glad we can't attack first turn anymore, because
yes,
Titan gets even more busted in the old rules. But
yeah, it is quite crazy.
But that's kind of my first one went to Time Man because I want to build Time Man Retro to play casually. But you've got one that's quite similar, so I changed out. But Godzilla Titan was the second one I came up with, just because I've played Mina 1 Thermal Blast in Retro, and that requires a lot of setup. Titan takes a lot less setup, and on Earth, Fire and Water, you've got so many cool things you can do. Seizing the advantage Titan of Terror. You got ready, get set, go Titan of Terror, where you can start setting up early. You can get manly passionate guy. There's so many ways that Titan of Terror can just abuse the defensive power. Uh, Hell, hard and chop Titan of Terror is a nightmare. But
Yeah,
I'll let
hard and
you,
chop
I
could
guess
be
you
really
found
good.
I guess what you found what you're looking for, and then we'll go back
I
up to.
did. It's in the if you go to UVS Games through their organized play, find the Chicago regional page. If you find the side events link on Sunday, there's a retro 1K. So it is. I am not a liar. I actually found it. It is $400 to the champion, $200 to the finalist. Top four get $100, and top eight get 50.
Uh, Mike says that he might have to turn off after I called Cam's choice degenerate. They're more degenerate than mine. Neither of our choices are like super hyper, like. Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I didn't put no attacks Heidi on my list because I picked things that I want to
oh,
play, not things that make everyone want to, put a gun to my head.
plus
I hate no
this will
attacks
be the
Heidi.
first.
She's
Is it no? Worlds was the first big retro event after like they changed the rules, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. But no attacks Heidi is garbage. I absolutely hate it. I do not like no attacks Heidi.
So who would you like to start with? From
But since you already mentioned that I kind of put one close to yours, I'm gonna go with Pharaoh Man. So when I first started learning how to play the game, I realized they had Mega Man in it, and that my favorite Robot Master Pharaoh Man was in it. So I tried to build a Pharaoh Man deck when I didn't know how to play this game. And literally a month later, Tim Keefe won the world championship with Pharaoh Man. He's all about just saying that all of your rivals' checks during attacks get -1. This includes their check to block attacks. And you get, off of the order symbol, you get all of the Shigaraki 3 stuff, forcing them to make checks. And you can really just pin your rival down, forcing them into bad decision after bad decision. And, like I said, all of your attacks get a pseudo +1 speed because all of their checks get -1 to block. So it's just really cool, and I just dig Pharaoh Man. So I would try to run him back with like a very hardcore control variant. There is some good check hack stuff off of order, and I like him. He's probably the most fair of the characters I chose, but I'd definitely try to run him with some of the newer order check hack stuff and pseudo stun.
Interesting, you go for order and not fire when you get things like Blue Flame Torment and stuff.
But on order, I get Vile Seizing.
But Blue Flame Torment.
But Deadlock, all of your checks get -2, and
How,
if you're having to build out to deal with my check hacking,
how often do retro games go to deadlock?
actually, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
We don't have to worry about fatality anymore. You'd be surprised.
I was gonna go with Time Man. Time Man does something similar, but Fairman just does it better.
I don't know if I'd say better, but I think Time Man is more fair than Pharaoh Man.
Time Man requires momentum.
Yeah.
Although
Oh,
this character is not getting any more powerful from this point on, I think backwards compatibility in terms of power level. Himiko Toga 4 being essentially a pseudo Quan Chi, looking what they can access with the retro side of things, is very cool. And now that they've kind of officially put character stacking into the rules, getting access to Toga 3, 4, 5 is going to be 1, 2. Sorry, no, there's no 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, or 3 is going to be very cool. Be able to gain the health, give the speed, being able to unflip momentum, being able to add momentum and force your opponent to commit foundations for weapons, or even just chucking in a bunch of unaligned characters and getting to pop off their enhances is very cool.
Well, I think you still have to be
You still
of
have to
the
be on
same
symbol.
symbol.
Yeah, you still
Yeah.
have to be on symbol.
But yeah, you do definitely get a lot of cool characters. Like if you're trying to play the other togas, I think you have to go with life or death.
Life, I imagine,
So
because it's evil. Because
I think
all
they all have
evil.
death too.
No, Toga 4 is all evil life.
Oh, okay, so life.
Yeah.
So you're going life, you're going characters. Let's see, you get you get Dimitri, that's kind of neat. Where you can use his well, you have to play a non once per turn or non once per game ability, don't
No
you?
one's per game, yeah.
Okay, well, you can
One
let's see
non
what
per
some
game
cool stuff
enhance
is.
ability, yeah.
That doesn't help that
I mean, if you
there.
go
That doesn't help
all,
there.
you
You don't
can.
have any advances.
If you got all, you can mill Nick Reagan and get to use Nick Reagan.
Yeah. That's a response. Yeah, because the main thing, one of the main reasons Quan Chi was banned twice is because he could use Spike 2, which is enhanced twice per turn. After this attack resolves, clear it. And you could just keep clearing and picking up your attacks.
What?
There's Dimitri 2 that says you can, as one of its 3 abilities, you could just choose a card in your card pool and it doesn't count towards progressive difficulty for the turn.
Yeah. I mean, you just get to access a lot of very cool stuff. It's a shame that we don't get any of like the new stuff, but I think Toga 4 is kind of being slept on because she had this cool like up and coming, and then people just kind of forgot about her, and she is essentially a pseudo Quan Chi, not a pseudo version of the pseudo Quan Chi. And I'm sure if someone sat there and put the work in with her, she could be really cool. But also, I imagine she just can't kill you as quickly as, say, Nightmare or Scorpion can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely got to be built more defensively, or your rival's just going to blow you out of the water.
Exactly. Who did I talk about next from yours?
Up next for mine, we're going to go with Roy 2. So this dude is oppressive, and I absolutely adore him for it. He says as a static, when you would ready foundations during your ready step, you ready half of those foundations instead, rounded up, and then he can respond, commit a foundation to give your punch attack stun 3 and change its zone.
Well,
So it's like, cool, you've got 6 foundations and they're all committed. You only get to ready 3.
well, no,
But if I
the exact
freeze 2
wording
of them,
is wait, at your ready step, ready half the number of foundations you would ready. So, like, it would if you have 9 foundations and 6 of them are frozen, you get to ready 2.
you would only ready 2. Yeah, I was getting to that point.
Okay.
But you can also run a lot of re-readying stuff on your turn, like repeated 100% smash to ready up all the all foundations that you want based on the number of punches in your card pool. You can run heroic strike, which is a Deku 1 attack that says your rival commits a foundation for every punch in your card pool, and he can just absolutely go to town. And there's a lot of re-readying with like the Asimov and Katarina support on order, which also has a bunch of punches. There's a lot of foundations that ready themselves, like Incompatible Quirks and Tijuana Groceries. And you can just be like, cool, my stage doesn't stay sideways, but yours does.
Yeah.
And it can really slow your rival down with what they're able to do.
And with how much freeze there now exists on order as well, it's it's very powerful. And then you also have a lot of cards that go with freeze matters. Yeah, I mean that's one I would be interested to play myself, and I'm currently sorting my retro cards. I don't know if you've played much Magic, but I'm a big Winter Orb fan. And Winter Orb is a Magic artifact that just says during each player's turn they only ready 1 land. So if you play if you play Winter Orb in Commander, you become the target. I shoved that thing into every single Commander deck I played. And it was like, oh, you're playing 5 color dragons. Why is Winter Orb here? Because I fucking love it.
Yeah, and if you wanted to play him on like Void, you could still get like the repeated 100% smash.
Yeah.
You get barrier shields. You could breaker 2 people after they only readied half their stage. It's just it's gross. It's gross, and I love it.
On Order and Void, you still get things like Jolt and you get a 1.5 million volts, and you get to utilize all that kind of stuff. It seems absolutely solid. Next one for me is one that probably should be banned in retro, and I'm really surprised that they didn't hit him hard enough. Nick Reagan, because Nick Reagan does
not enough data yet.
Yeah, because he's kind of avoided it. I can't remember if they actually banned Tech Sphere in retro. I feel like they hit something in his combo. But
I don't think they banned Tech Sphere. I know that the Tech Sphere Infinite Loop was closed because you cannot copy Tech Sphere with Tech Sphere.
But you can't. But what if you had a character that say put Tech Spheres in hands on something else?
The Tech Sphere Enhance still says you cannot copy Tech Sphere.
Okay, but I mean, there's lots of other things you can do. I imagine there's lots of silly things Nick Reagan gets access to on attacks that shouldn't have it.
Yes, there absolutely is.
We've already seen how powerful he is with true 100% power.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine a plethora of attacks that all have enhancers, because the only thing that's keeping Nick Reagan in his little box, despite being half the way to do,
there's less enhances printed,
is Blitz, because there's only 2 sets that have there's 2 sets and 3 challenges that he has to pull from at the minute. And once they go, he has nothing. He has nothing else to pull from. But once you look at the retro card pool, and you've got this 10 years of cards he can pull from. And Dan AKA is saying that there's a new Tech Sphere Infinite Loop. So yeah, Nick Reagan is going to be able to pop off, and I at my heart, I'm a little Timmy. I like to do my cool combo stuff. That's when it comes to the casual side of the game. So having Nick Reagan just going one, like, it's why I would love for us to get like a Pantheon Commander style format where we can have this political kind of thing where I can sit there and go, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat. Look at me. I'm going to help everyone. I'm going to make my alliances. And then I'm going to go boom. Let's go. Ghidorah 2, Gravity Beam Volley, Tech Sphere, copying Gravity Beam Volley. Oh, decent.
Yeah, that could.
Yeah, so there we go. We've got the infinite combo, but Nick Reagan just gets to do silly things with silly attacks that he should never have been able to copy the abilities of, especially when there's some very silly stuff, especially with like some of the new TMNT stuff as well. Even though they're Blitz, we've got TMNT stuff that says when it's been removed, you can play it. On all, we've now got Ghidorah's new attack that says if it was removed this turn to pay a cost, you can play it. Which means Nick Reagan is now back to being a fake 5-hander, because if he removes that attack, he can play it and hope to remove another one. And we have even more foundations that can be played when they are removed. So yeah, no, Nick's eating good, and I think I want him to beat Chicago so he can get himself banned in there.
In the Retro 1K.
In the Retro 1K, honestly, I don't know if is Sweeping Daggers banned in Retro, because that can get even sillier.
all standard bands carry over.
Okay, so we have what, 2 years? 2 years until Sweeping Daggers hits Retro, and if they forget to ban it in Retro, we get to do even more silly things.
If that's how it works, I believe so, yes.
Because imagine if you could go, cool, Blitz, I'll copy an attack from your discard, and then Enhance, I'll mill and copy and enhance from my remove pile. Let's go.
Yeah, it would be absolutely silly.
100%. I also made myself very happy because Titan of Terror does not share any keywords with Randall's Spirit Gun. Because that could have been very silly.
Yes,
Tiny
it
symbol
could have
to
been.
get. Who would you like to talk about from yours? Yeah, that's my last standard character as well. I wanted to get my standard ones out of the way.
All right, next up, let's see. I had Fairman, Roy 2. Let's talk about Dejanette. So this is a
Ooh,
character from
hold on.
this is a character
Dan
from my
AKA says that
favorite.
Dan AKA says that the standard bands carry over to uh, Hero 2, but not to Retro. So
Oh,
if it's not specifically on the list, we're balling with Nick Reagan. Does Nick
there,
Reagan?
Nick Reagan in retro.
Does Nick Reagan? I think Nick
Yeah,
Reagan has A's. Or the
yes,
Air All Fire.
air all fire.
Yes,
Yeah,
sweeping daggers, Nick Reagan. Come on, Nick. Let's get you banned.
yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Dejanette. So this is a character from one of my from probably my favorite Universus set ever printed.
I'm one of
Seventh
the
Cross.
weirdest sets ever printed.
Well, it was so for the uninitiated, if you have multiple different versions of your character, like Roy 2, Roy 1, in retro you can stack them and gain all your starting character gains all of the abilities of the other character. Seventh Cross was a set designed specifically to have every character have two different versions of them, and then introduce a mechanic, a keyword ability called Gauge, which allowed you to stack straight from the deck. So that was the whole core design philosophy of the set. I thought it was really good. I love the lore of the set. I made an entire, like, I think it's hour and 20 video talking about it, which was supposed to be just 20 minutes, but it devolved because I love the set. But Dejanette, if you like prison decks, Dejanette is the character for you. So she says she gets she starts the game with a momentum called Spell Circle. It is ridiculous. And that is a card that at the start of your turn, depending on where it is, it can add itself back to your momentum at the start of the turn. As a response, after your opponent plays a form, so if they play, City Rampage, spend a momentum, cool. I'm going to spend one of my momentum and we're going to cancel that and kick it out of your card pool. But you may lose health equal to the number of characters in my stage to pick it back up and try to play it again. The first time I built this character, the person I played against didn't quite read her and allowed me to get 6 characters and 8 momentum.
Ooh.
And I said, you are not allowed to play anything. Because I just kept discarding stuff. I'm like, you can pay 6 and pick it up, or you leave it. And every time he played a card, I just kicked it from his card pool. And there's ways to cycle your momentum back. There's one of her cards that says if it's in your card pool and you spend a momentum, you can add a card from your hand to your momentum. And she is a prison deck. And as long as she has a momentum on your rival's turn, she gets to look at the top card of her deck and she can mill it. So you're always guaranteeing you have a good check defensively if you can't kick their cards. But she's really crazy when it comes to these kind of lockdown prison.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to let you do anything decks.
I mean, as Dan says, Gauge is absolutely nuts. Especially you have to hit the right number, but yeah, just like you said, just be able to get out another character, access all these abilities. My first modern deck. So back in the day, because I get to say that now, before we had the standard we have now, we had My Hero, Modern, and Retro, and we had Standard. We had My Hero Standard, and My Hero was what everyone was playing. And the Standard would be the last 10 sets. And
Yeah.
my first standard deck, which I got absolutely destroyed at, was a Mina 1 multiple Gauge deck, where I use Mina 1 to find Mina 2 to hit you then with a multiple attack, and then because Mina 2 allows punching ranged to hit for all face downs, and multiple copies keep their keywords but no ability, like the text box are blank. They were all punching kicks, like they were all punches or charge attacks in my uh, as blank attacks, it was meant to just kill you. The main issue was,
And she said face down cards in your card pool don't count towards progressive, if I
yes,
remember correctly.
the main issue was
So yeah, you could absolutely.
the main issue was I've been playing the game for like 2 months, and I came across people like Dan Austin who've been playing 15, 20 years, and they just absolutely dog walked me.
Yeah, that could be pretty rough.
No, Seven Cross was a
What was I
weird
gonna
set,
say?
especially when you got like characters that are 1 health, 8 hand size.
Okay, it's 2 health, 8 hand size, Taisei, and yeah, that character is literally immortal. As long as I have a copy of Taisei 1 in my stage, I can't die.
Now you see, you say that they're
It's
literally
Ghidorah, but I'm allowed to get my heads back because there are cards that can fetch your remove from play characters back to your hand or your momentum, so then you can gauge them back in.
now you say they're functionally immortal, but you occasionally come across some asshat who goes, "I'm gonna play Titan attacks on Mina 1, goes second, and goes check check check. The Colossus Titan attacks, cool. I'll discard a card. Play this throw as play this throw turn 1, going second, and
And now you
you
can't do that no more.
you immediately lose your head and go, I'm now Taisei 2, and I don't get to do this anymore. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, the very first time I built a Taisei deck,
That's not
after
bad
an hour and a half, I hadn't lost I had all 4 Taisei 1s in my stage, and I hadn't lost a single head after an hour and a half, because that's how defensively you're able to build them.
Dan's saying that he uses Shoto 3 with Gauge to pick up Shoto 2 to give all the attacks
That's really good.
stupid stats yet. I mean, they did bring character stackers back for a hot minute because we had Ectoplasm and the League of Villains DLC.
We had Twice. We had Kurama 2, Yoko Unleashed.
I mean, he's still legal.
True.
And with the
But
new,
aside from that,
but with the new Growing Grasp and like all these waters, Kurama 2 is in a good spot. Just go stuff
yeah,
the
and he's
castle
also
and
got
die.
the life symbol, so he can grab these hunters allies for ray fillets and just chuck stuff for days.
Exactly. Let's go with Adam Brown from the Dobbers has kicked my butt repeatedly. I got very lucky. He misplayed in Glasgow, which allowed me to live. He forgot I had struggling with studies down, which let me pick up my block and survive. He did not make that mistake game 2. Nightmare.
Nightmare's a nightmare. That man is responsible for quite a few bans, I think.
So,
or at least one errata.
Yes. So, for those who are unaware, Nightmare, if your attack's damage is double its speed, you get 2 speed. This means you can
damage. You get 2 more damage.
You get 2 more damage. There's a lot of throws in this game that have 8 damage, 4 speed, and you go cool. It's like there's that random one, the life web and stuff, and then Nightmare goes, oh cool, once per turn, if your attack's blocked, add it back to your hand,
it back up,
and get ready to drop it again. You go, cool. Could it get any worse? Well, luckily, Universus fans, it can get worse because enhance. If your opponent blocks your attack, your opponent then mills 3 and loses 1 health for each attack mill this way. So if you block my life strands, not only are you taking 5 damage, I'ma pick it up, I'ma mill you for 3, hopefully burn you for 3, and then we're gonna do it all over again. How do you feel about potentially losing 16 health on a single turn?
And he also gets access to his asset Soul Edge, which says if your attack is blocked, you commit it, your rival mills 10 and burns 1 for every attack that they milled. So yeah, just gross.
It's a shame you don't get the counters for that, Dan, because Ghidorah 2 going into Ghidorah 1 with Gauge, but it's a shame you don't get 6 counters essentially.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that, and they're like, "You can gauge Ghidorah 1 and Ghidorah 2." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not getting anything for it."
Yeah, it's the same as like 3v3. Unless you start, you don't, unless you start off as Ghidorah, you don't get the counters, which sucks.
Yeah, it's rough.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no, Nightmare's one of the reasons that Boulder Barrage Genbu was errated, because you could chuck that back in the bad days when you could attack on turn 1 going first. You could just say, "Hey, here, if I pass this 5, here's a 5 mid, here's a 4 mid 10, and then it's also going to multiple itself with another 4 mid 8. Do you want to take 18?"
yeah,
Uh yeah, you just kind of just take 18 and suffer,
like I said,
and it's gross.
the only reason I have this very cool Michelangelo TMNT statue from Glasgow from winning retro, the only reason I won retro is Adam misplayed in our game, and then I got a tie against the Razorhead, so I was expecting to be paired into Nate DeWalt and lose. He got paired into Adam, and then lost to Adam because he's playing goddamn Nightmare. The only reason,
Yeah, Nightmare just melts seven handers.
so the only reason I won retro in Glasgow is because Adam took down everybody else who could possibly win, and then unfortunately forgot I had Struggle Studies. Uh, Oh, you still do get the free heads for 33 health, yeah.
Do you?
So you gain the free heads. You gain free Ghidorah counters at 33 health. Then you go into Ghidorah 1, and essentially you just can't die and go back to full health.
Oh yeah.
So you become 90.
Okay. See,
so you become 99 health.
that, you know what? That makes sense. I can see that. And you know what? Ghidorah has one of, because he's like all evil void, right?
All
Ghidorah
evil
2?
life.
Ghidorah 2?
I think so. I have them all from the tier list.
He is all death evil.
Life. All death evil, yeah.
Okay, so he does have the best gauge symbol in the game.
Death?
Well, technically, like, Void and Order have some really good gauge symbols, but my favorite gauge card, I don't even play the gauge on it. It's called Prism Storm of Torment, and it is the best card for, like, when you need multiple characters, because it just says enhance, add every character in your discard pile that shares a name with your starting character to your stage.
You know, no,
I could just build 3, 4, 5 characters from my discard pile automatically.
No, literally, Dan has sold me on this. 99 health Ghidorah, possible lightning torture. Dan says 99 health Ghidorah could possibly be the most oppressive deck in retro. Because how many people are running seal your opponent's character in retro?
Not a lot. I mean, you got to worry about Bang, you got to worry about Megalomania, but those have answers.
Yep.
And when you're drawing a card every attack, you could see those answers pretty quickly.
It's just, yeah, cool. You've Megalomania me, cool. Do 33 this turn.
Yeah, do 33. Do something. That's nasty.
No, yeah. I may need to build this as a retro deck. Once I'm sorry for myself.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
No. Lightning Touch is a guaranteed gauge since it's a throw, yeah. So you immediately get to play. You still get to play Combined Firepower, one of the most busted cards. I believe Risky Encounter, like the casino stuff.
Risky Encounter is banned.
Is it banned in retro?
It's banned in retro.
They got that before. I'm sure there's. I mean, it's not like they've just printed another card you can play from remove pile and whatnot.
True.
Yeah, I know. Dan, you.
And on the evil symbol, you have Tech Sphere.
Yeah.
So you're a pseudo Nick Reagan.
But yeah, no. Oh, this. Dan, what have you done? Because yeah, you can remove Tech Sphere from your hand to draw a card. Oh. Cool.
See, this is why I love retro, and why locals say that I need to use retro to ease my demons so I can be nicer in standard.
No, this. Yeah, no. King Ghidorah, three-headed monster. Retro.
Is an absolutely monster.
I love it. I love it. Thanks, Dan, for this. This is such a cool idea. I am down to play this. This is absolutely beastly. But let's get on to your next pick. Let's put Nightmare back in the corner. Loop
So-
Sphere and volley in a 99 health Ghidorah. Yeah.
I got you've got 99 problems, and my health are all of them.
we have so I only we were meant to be talking about something else, so I quickly picked mine with like an hour to go. I'm more disappointed in you, Cameron, for not coming up with this when you've been spending like the last 2 months staring at the characters from Reign of Kaiju making decks.
Isn't it my turn?
It is your turn.
Oh, well, I told you I didn't pick any. I didn't pick any standard characters.
Would you have picked King Ghidorah if you had?
Possibly. If I'd given more thought and time to it, I probably would have, because I love sitting there and telling my rival to kill me. The whole Morpheus versus Neo, stop trying to hit me and hit me. I absolutely love it. But my next is
I need to build that
probably
and play
one
that. I need to play it, build it and play it now, and see how quickly you can close out games, because that's nasty.
Yeah. So I think my next one, my top two are the two characters I guarantee would play in a retro 1K, because one, I love the ideas of them, and I'm very comfortable with their abilities and strategies. So my number 2 pick is Elizabeth from King of Fighters, Ruler of Time.
I've heard this before. I believe I looked at it and thought this was really cool during the tier list, and I've just been sorting through my cards, and I believe I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool."
That and the one that I have, I bought a booster box of Ruler of Time at Worlds, and I didn't pull her, but I bought 4 packs from like the prize wall, and in the 4th pack I pulled her. So my copy's magical. But
because
form,
this is back before,
first form.
So before can we guess it? This is back before you were guaranteed a character in every single pack. This is back when characters were,
and she's an ultra rare character.
Yeah, this is back when characters were rare, ultra rare, and that means they had the same pull rate as a rare of an ultra rare. So you were not guaranteed to see Elizabeth in a box, and if you did, it took up one of your ultra rare slots, so you'd only get like 5 other ultra rares.
Yeah, but she's worth it, because as a first form, you can spend a momentum to pick up any card in your discard pile. And then as a response, you can commit her after you play an attack your rival mills 8. She has a symbol with final exam gut shot, which when it's played, mills 8, or your rival mills 8. So I can commit for 16 milled, and then I can play Jamie Siu's Breakin', and then ready her up, and then commit her again in the same window to mill another 8. And if you want to see someone cycle really quick, and one of the great things about retro is you get to play with all these awesome old cards that you don't get to play with anymore. And Elizabeth says, hey, guess what? You still don't get to play with them. Because if I'm milling you 16 on my first attack, and then I can mill you another 8, and that's not even including all of her support on the all symbol, which can mill. She's part of a trio of mill characters in that set. She has access to Sir Night Eye's stuff, and it's just, she's absolutely disgusting, and I think she's the best mill character in the game right now, at least in retro.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
technically she's the least risky, because I do have an honorable mention that until they patch something about it is going to be even worse.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of mill. I played duo mill, mainly because I can just go. I don't need to play any low blocks, and I can showdown and do all this very fun stuff, regardless. But
but Elizabeth is just crazy. You can blow through so much of your rival's deck, because you get her first form to pick up a gut shot. You can use Urameshi's Perseverance to pick up a gut shot, and just keep going.
Well, if for my last character, if I was your rival, I would also be blowing through my own deck, because my last pick is one I absolutely expect to be at Chicago Regionals. Uh, and this is the legacy character Rock Howard.
Depending on how many people bought the shirt.
No, because if you own the card, you just get to play it.
Yeah, but who owns that from way back when?
I'm gonna go with every single person who was playing back then.
Maybe.
There's also been a couple online, and they immediately sold out because I tried to get some, and then they just sold out. So, Rock Howard is a 5-hand size 25 health character with 2 abilities. Doesn't seem that good. However, static ability. After your opponent plays a card, you may draw a card. At the end of your turn, if you have 5 or more cards, discard until you have 5 cards. Enhance commit. Add 1 card from your momentum to your card pool face down. Your opponent adds one of their momentum to their card pool face down. So we've got an Elizabeth counter there because we go, yeah, get rid of one of your momentums. But it's the fact that he has the life symbol, so he has ready, get, set, go. Look, if he's going, no matter what you do, having those 8 cards means
our first turn combat.
Yeah. He doesn't need, but he doesn't even need to be ready. So he can go, I have 5 cards and I'm cool. Build, free, pass, and then you go, cool. I'll build it. You go, cool. I'll draw. Build it. I'll draw. Build it. I'll draw. Build. I'll draw. Build my 4th draw. Oh, cool. Look. Build 2. You play another one. I'll draw. Oh, cool. Ready to get set. Go. Build another 2. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's just I am so glad they didn't make this guy standard legal.
Yeah, he would be a little rough. Because they did reprint a similar to that static with Gil, who is twice per turn after your rival plays a card, draw a card.
Isn't he banned?
And he got banned.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he got banned. Yeah, Mark Tyner, he paid for Mark Tyner's sins. Mark Tyner was taking advantage of a card that was eroded from the original Yu Yu Hakusho to be how it probably should have been printed in the original case. And yeah, he got guild banned before I could show off a really awesome build that I had for him, and it made me mad.
But yeah, this is the fakest 5-hander in the world. You don't even need to run draw effects in this character because you just every time your opponent plays something, you draw, which is insane. Luckily, multiple cards don't get played; they just add to the attack stack, or else he'd be even worse.
Yeah, and always going into your rival's turn with 5 cards is really good.
Yeah, exactly. Especially given that on these symbols now, we have so many cool things we can do. On the other symbol, you got things like Scanlan's Hand, where you go, cool, I'll block your next attack against -3 damage, build it in. On all, we've got all sorts of nasty stuff you can do, but where he really shines is life. With just this thing of, I'm going to build 10 foundations before you have 4.
Yeah, and then just try to dunk your rival down.
Yeah, exactly. Just so nasty. You just got to find a way to utilize it, and with the fact that there's some very good attuned support for these symbols, gets very silly very quickly.
I 100% agree.
And again, that's when
So, did you say that was your last character?
That's my last character because I went first, and I thought that's what I thought.
My last character is also a 5-hander, ironically.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be on your list, so I didn't think about it. But then when you give me your list, I was like, oh, cool. But
no, because these are like 5 characters I would want to play, and I don't own a Rock Howard, so
that's fair. But when did you decide on this?
Well, I decided it when I realized I absolutely adore this character, and that character is, of course, Wen. Wen is the character I've had the most success with in retro events. I think my proudest moment was actually playing against Jacob Johnson and his stupid Metal Man deck that can throw like 20 attacks in one turn. And I beat him 2-0 on stream. After famously telling the stream people, hey, if you're going to put me on stream, can you at least put me against someone who's going to make me look good? Because I thought Jacob Johnson was absolutely going to stomp me. And it turns out, nah, when I can just damage reduction prison you and hack your checks, when just pops off. But I play the character on air specifically because I can get that gauge attack that says, oh, let me just free build all my wins in my discard pile for free. And I play the Raphael from, I believe it's the first, that might be the second Soul Calibur set. His ultra rare that says it's a 6/6 that says if it's blocked, I get to ready every card in my stage. And when can commit to hack the check of any card my rival plays, attack, foundation, or even block by the number of characters in my stage plus one. So really, really good there. And then once per turn, as a form, when can just ready every card in my stage. And if I don't have 4 characters, I end my turn. If I do have 4 characters, I commit all of your foundations. So I can just say, cool, I'm just going to go first, have my character committed, play 3 or 4 foundations, use my character form, ready him up, so I can hack one of your checks to play a foundation by 2 on your first turn. It's really good. He's a really good character. He's probably the one I'm most comfortable playing, just because I have so much experience with him. So he'd probably be my number 1 pick for playing in the retro 1K.
Well, I mean, we've got Dan AK saying that their local is a WEN player. He was a top WEN player at the Sunset Standard tournament.
Yep, that was the one retro event I did not play WEN because I played Tim Keefe 2 against Tim Keefe, ironically.
Lighty Doctor. I forgot that they're both just called King Ghidorah counters. Everyone calls them heads so much. I thought they were literally called King Ghidorah head counters, not King Ghidorah counters. But yeah, he doesn't need to have 188 health for sure. But
no,
99 health Ghidorah seems really cool. We did come on to it. We never said it wasn't worth doing. We just said it was a shame he didn't get more counters. And then it was pointed out.
It's not a shame, really. It's not a shame.
It was pointed out to us that no, they're the exact same counters. Like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I know the Dobbers have had some successful WEN and other things. WEN seems really solid, and Dan's saying if they can't make top cuts at Chicago, their local friend will be playing WEN. So you've hit one if they don't get there.
WEN is incredibly strong, and like I said, I think one of the only losses I had 2 losses in that retro thing at Nationals, which was to a No Attacks Heidi, which just built 6 characters on their first turn. What am I going to do about that? And then I lost to a rando who is just boosting their checks to the moon and back, so it kind of disassembled everything I was doing. But other than that, I went unchecked, unchallenged, except for those 2 losses.
Just because you can't remember the player's name doesn't mean you can call him a rando.
Well, I mean, they were all randos to me except for Jacob Johnson, but
wow.
But no, yeah, but Rando has been the bane of my retro existence because in Louisville I played a Twinkle Murdoch deck, trying to win with Distraction Destruction, and came up against a Rando who is a very momentum hungry character. I'm just like, of course, it's always a Rando. Rando is a really good character, and it's just annoying.
In terms like
you think City Rampage is bad. Rando is the original City Rampage.
I mean, you were quite surprised I didn't put Dabby on this list. I think I'm the only person in the game that went, ooh, Dabby Reversal seemed really cool. Then went to won a tournament on it. Put the deck list out on it, and nobody cares. It's like, well, it's so cool though.
I mean, it is cool, and that's why I'm shocked that you wouldn't play it at the 1K if you had the chance.
I wouldn't play it at the 1K if I had the chance, mainly because we were talking about things we expect other people to play.
That's not how I worded it. I said our top 5 picks of what we would play.
I wouldn't play it again because I have essentially a soft lock rule that's passed on from like other things I've done in the past is if a deck wins an event, I don't play it for a while, especially when it comes to like casual side events and stuff like that, because I don't think it's fair to keep playing the same deck if it's already proven it can win an event.
That's fair.
Lighty Doctor's ready to play Tornalaus, Queen of Monsters. Ooh.
Ooh, Turn-a-Loose Queen of the Monsters is really good. That is really dangerous because his ultra rare says your characters don't count towards progressive difficulty, and he's all about putting your characters into your card pool to give 4 damage, and like his other copy of his character flips one of your rival's foundations whenever a character enters or leaves your stage.
And then Queen of Monsters lets
So
you
yeah,
build them back in.
build it right back down, and then you can put it back up to give Queen of Monsters 4 damage.
This is why Blitz is quite important, because imagine if that was an enhance and you just go, I'm gonna add this back into my card pool, and Queen of Monsters instantly builds it back in.
And then you instantly put it back up with the next attack. Yeah, it's gross. I did have some honorable mentions. I thought I'd run for you.
Yeah. So go and get your honorable mentions. I'll carry on going first. Given the stuff we got in Reign of Kaiju, I want to build a Vega control deck. Vega being a 19 health, 7 hand size character who has response after your opponent makes a check. Commit, that check gets -1. Failing does not end the turn, but if they pass it, ready Vega, and then static. If you're at desperation, all your opponent's cards get +1 difficulty and -1 speed, and all of your cards get -1 difficulty and +1 speed. And I'm just like, with all the check hacking we've just got from Reign of Kaiju, I can sit here for a long time, and I don't have to worry about things like twisty surroundings. I have Maze Castle. Let's go. And
yep.
And you've got all these really cool things, and I am down to build I'm trying to figure out how to build it now, but Vega was the first retro deck I built, and apart from Miles Tyner kicking my butt unceremoniously as the Ken that doesn't care about progressive, I had great matchups into pretty much anyone. It's really helped me learn control playing Vega, and with now having things that can check hack and reward me for it, we've got so many cool more things on Evil. This hack checks could be so cool. Bad check TMNT is Dan AK's favorite deck. Hellfire Implement is a hell of a bad card, but it's even better if all your bad checks are 4. Only during your turn. I really wish TMNT was better that way, but like Doctor, Ibarra reversals seems really cool. I think there's reversals are untapped. I'm surprised we don't see more Godzilla King of Monsters reversals.
Well, we also haven't seen a retro tournament yet since King of Monsters has come out. King
of Monsters came out two years ago. We've seen many retro tournaments.
I'm thinking I thought you said Reign of Kaiju for some reason. I'm sorry.
No, I mean you can't tie the terror in your opponent's turn. But like Shin Godzilla being able to pop it off in your opponent's turn and go, haha, lose foundations.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty. Or Batra. Imagine Batra with reversals.
What do you mean? Batra already has Aerial Kokosho. I make people cry with Batra Aerial Kokosho.
I do the same thing with Mothra. But my first honorable mention also is due to a Reign of Kaiju card. And that is Sir Night-Eye.
Ooh.
Sir Night-Eye with Gravity Beam Volley.
Yeah.
Do you see the sauce?
No, because I've forgotten what Gravity Beam Volley does.
So it's the one check that in the card pool, if a card is removed as a cost, you add it to your hand. Night-Eye says, enhance, remove one card from the top of your deck. Your rival mills 3, and then they remove all not I believe all foundation cards.
Yeah.
So you play Gravity Beam Volley, remove one as cost as Night
Pick it
Eye,
up.
pick up Gravity Beam Volley. Your rival mills 3, play Gravity Beam Volley, and you just play that loop until your rival's out.
I mean, yeah, you're going down 2, they're going down 3, so yeah. I
And
mean,
then you just have a slightly thicker deck.
the main issue is what happens if you check the other ones?
That's sad. You're not playing this on turn 1, obviously, because I don't think you can bank on just opening one of these.
No.
But it is just kind of cool, and like your rival's going to be going down because you can't attack on turn 1 anymore. Your rival's going to be going down a few anyway from playing their cards. But it's just an interesting kind of pseudo infinite loop that you have where it's just like, cool, I'm just going to keep picking this up, and I'm just going to keep poking down your cards.
No.
And there's certain cards on death that also help with mill from like the Duo and Elizabeth stuff, and it can really help.
My next mental mention, I'm going to put memorable, honorable mention.
Honorable mention?
Yeah, I'm going to put them together. Is just because, one, I don't have the brain capacity to talk about the potential of Jacob Johnson in retro. There's so many actions that do so many things that is absolutely insanity. Yeah, Dan, okay, you check one, remove one, and then they mill 3. So you're removing. You do get to remove 1 to 3, but you're also milling them, so they're going essentially. They're always going down one more card than you, but some get removed. It's kind of like the Bridget Infinite loop.
And then they'll usually cycle before you will.
Yeah.
So then that also speeds it up.
And then on top of that, Mitchell Semino just gets to do silly things, especially now they've changed the rules for multiple, where you don't have to add them to your card pool. You spend them, which means he gets to remove them. Then you add the top card to your deck, which means that you get to essentially keep you put the top card of your deck into the card pool. That's really cool. It just allows him to kind of get a lot of momentum on his symbols with finally free strategic meeting. You sort of sit there, you get a bunch of momentum, and then you just go boom. Here's a multiple attack that does silly things because I've got all this momentum, and I get to pick up all the stuff I put there.
I need to see something. Oh my god, Explosion shares a symbol with Mitchell Cimino.
Yes.
It's a 3 mid 3 that says enhance this attack gains multiple X. X equals your momentum.
There you go. So
just be like, cool, I'm gonna chuck all of these 3 damages at you, and I'm gonna take all of those cards that I just spent and put them into my hand.
And reversal attacks get +2 difficulty, so they just kind of go,
yep.
And then
it's really good.
All you need is some way to pump damage, which on the good symbol cannot be that hard in retro.
Probably not. I'm sure there's ways.
But yeah, I mean.
But yeah, that's hilarious. and you could also tack into their Mark Tyner, because how many crazy unique cards, unique foundations are there on his symbols in retro?
I think the main issue with Mark Tyner now in retro is the once per turn just isn't going to be as impactful, especially since they can't attack first turn anymore. But there is a butt ton of uniques for sure. Very powerful uniques.
He's all evil order, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at like what kind of uniques you can have like 2 of, and like all this crazy stuff.
You're gonna be looking for a while, given the history of the game.
There's only 3 pages, and some of these are duplicates.
Ah. Let's have a look myself.
Yeah, you could play multiple copies of Silent Assassin, just sacrifice it. Your rival removes a random card in their hand from the game. You
That
can just loop cards out of their hand.
that seems bad. True Identity. Well, I guess that's you can't double first form, which is silly.
Yeah. Beauty Can Overcome isn't great. Patriot Stance, changing direction. Nah. Weapons upgrade. You can increase your breaker and stun ratings.
Yeah, I mean, increasing your breaker rating in Mac 10 would seem really cool.
Yeah. They commit their foundations if you're 10 or less. Okay, so some of these uniques are not as great as I was hoping.
Yeah. Just make a Mark Tyner deck that makes your rivals.
I mean, you get Refusing to Let Go, and that's one of my favorite defensive pieces.
That would probably be the play, Dan. You just make a Mark Tyner deck on evil, and you just force your opponent to keep making a bunch of checks. You run the Blue Flame Torment. You run a lot of stuff that forces your opponent to make a lot of checks, and you just kind of out heal them, hoping that they fail all the checks.
Ooh, you can run Tijuana Groceries on order. Remove 2 foundations from your discard pile. Ready this foundation, not once per turn. So you can just keep readying those.
So you just always have 2 foundations up.
Yeah, so you can commit them for his once per turn, or you can commit them just to pass checks and just be like, cool, I'm just going to keep doing this.
And if you can find some foundations on order that can be played when removed, like I think Polite and Well Spoken, you can do it. It has order.
He's air evil all, isn't it?
I thought it was all evil order.
Ooh, you get 2 copies of Confronting Jeddah. Enhance once per turn. This attack is plus X or minus X damage. X equals the difference between its current and printed speed.
Ooh.
And you just run a bunch of like speed boost and speed negation, and you can run multiple Wandering Pirates on all. That card is stupid.
What's Wandering Pirates do for the people that because we didn't have this stuff ready?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I forget. I'm older than you. It's a 2/4, no block, unique. As a static, after your rival's combat phase begins, ready this foundation. Response twice per turn. After this foundation is readied or committed, ready one other foundation that has not been readied this combat phase, playable while committed.
Ooh.
I'll commit it for my once per turn. I'll ready something else up. And then at the end of my turn, it'll ready itself and I'll ready other things. And my stage is always ready.
Yeah, that's solid, yeah.
Also on all, you get Initiate Launch, which can ready itself twice per turn after a keyword ability is played.
Ooh. So you got to do is stun, or tension, or echo, or
yeah, just play some
blitz.
Stuns on all.
Not blitz, frenzy. Just so many keywords now. That seems really powerful.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
I mean, if we're talking honorable mentions, we should probably bring up Shin Godzilla. Just being out, getting access to all the Shigaraki and all the Foundation destruction that just goes, you don't get to play this game anymore.
What foundations?
And I'm gonna gain health and power tokens from that and go, oh look at all these throws that I now have access to that's gonna keep blowing up your board.
You also get Shadow of a Cowboy on life and death for Shin Godzilla, which says if it's destroyed, build the top card of your deck face down. So that's another card like Giant Axe that can build in another attack, another foundation if you play something like Self Destruct or Decay Awaken to blow up all foundations. And then you just build in a bunch of extra foundations. Your turn ends, but you're at least a little bit ahead.
Oh, they're making me look up cards. It's been too long.
And it's a 0 diff as well.
Are you on about 1 or 2? Lie to my doctor. I'm also thinking about playing Jiangyao Destructive Heat Ray as it has 3 damage. Which one can?
I'm sorry, what destructive heat ray?
Jiangyao. The Soul Calibur.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about now. I was like, Zhang Yao. Who's
Not
Zhang Yao?
not Jiangyao. Jiangyao. Jian.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
After your
Zhang
opponent
Hua.
completely blocks one of your attacks, commit this card. After you play a your attack gets plus 1 damage for each attack in your card pool. Commit ready one of your. Am I missing? Have I got the right ones there?
Who are we talking about?
Zhang Yao.
Zhang Hua? You're looking for the one from Soul Calibur 6. Response twice per turn. After an attack is blocked, you may play 1 attack with a printed damage of 3. No check necessary after this attack resolves.
Why did they
and
show
you may
the
not play a
first time I
reversal
did
to
it?
this attack.
I literally searched and it only showed me 2.
I was like, did you spell it right?
They spelled the exact same. What do you mean?
I don't know. It's I typed it in and I clicked retro and that's all that. This is all that came up.
I put the
and
name
twice per
in
turn,
and it
your
only
attack
showed
gains stun
me
1.
the pink cards. Yeah, so after attack is blocked, you may play 1 printed damage free, no check required after attack resolves. You may not play reversal attack. Oh, boo!
Yeah, so I'm just gonna play Destructive Heat Ray for free. After any attack is blocked, that means even after I block your attack, I'm gonna play Destructive Heat Ray for free.
Well, that's the only way you can do it because you can't play reversal. So if I block your attack, I don't.
Well, no. If your attack is blocked, you can still play your next printed 3 damage for free, no check necessary.
Now, if somehow they do give us a drive attack that has printed 3 damage, you can play that as a reversal.
Technically.
Yes. Technically correct. I think Rising Uppercut has...
The best kind of correct.
Rising Uppercut has 4 damage and needs to be the block, so that doesn't work, which is a shame.
Yeah. You can play Loop the Loops. You can play Fillet Flings for free and just pick up multiple copies and shit. If you block with a bunch of spells, you can play Spellstorm for free.
True.
Yeah, Zhang Hua is ridiculous. She is what ended my undefeated streak at Worlds when I sat down against Kevin Broberg. So that's fun. But yeah, she gets access to a bunch of crazy stuff.
Okay, I see why it only gave me those 2 characters. I still had the mark kind of symbols there.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That will do it.
Oh, so Kitra Yuga, the sword. 20% if your attack is a printed damage of 3. Ready 1 foundation that has not been ready this combat phase.
And it gets 3 damage.
It gets 3 damage. Now, you see, I've spent too much time with Richard. I see a void symbol and I see 3 damage, and my head goes to the moonfish attack.
Yeah. That was one of the ones that came up in the search I was looking at.
The one that you get to play for free.
Yeah. The Storma Blades.
Storma Blades, that's one, yeah. Storma Blades just go, ooh, you completely blocked this, cool. Storma Blades. Let's go.
Yep, and I'll play it without a check.
Play it without a check, and then I get to play something else.
You thought Titan of Terror was bad. Zhang Hua can Titan of Terror on your turn twice.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. Another honorable mention I had is another infinite loop, but it takes a little bit more setup because it's Ryukyu from Jetburn, I believe she's from.
Yeah, the Ryukyu that's just rotated, the one that gives you momentum if you play an attack that has no printed.
If you play an attack that's blank, yeah.
Yeah.
So you play her with blank attacks, specifically on the all symbol. And you play Scarlet Thunder, I believe is Oh, it would help if I knew how to spell the word thunder. Scarlet Thunder. It's a Libra of Souls asset that says enhance, spend one momentum. If your non-throw attack deals damage, add one other card from your card pool to your hand. So you play a blank, get a momentum. Play a blank, get a momentum, spend the momentum. If that blank hits, pick up the other blank. Play the blank, get a momentum, spend a momentum. If it hits, you basically just loop the same cards if your rival can't block or has to partial block, and you can just loop them forever. Dragon Strike, yeah. Dragon Dive, isn't it? Dragon Impact. Yeah, in combo enhance, if the preceding attack has no abilities, add it to your hand. True.
So
But she does.
you're talking about
Scarlet Thunder
Dragon
doesn't
Strike.
necessarily have to pick up. Scarlet Thunder doesn't necessarily have to pick up blanks. So you could play a blank, get a momentum, play Dragonic Impact, pick up the blank, spend the momentum, and say if you don't block Dragon Impact, I get to pick up another card in my card pool. Play a blank, get a momentum, and you could just keep looping that stuff to pick up the Dragon Impacts and your.
Yeah.
I just kicked my desk and shook everything.
So you could essentially just pop off with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you catch your rival with like one off-zone block that they don't have, and you just wreck house.
I can't get over I can't believe I never considered the fact you can have a 99 health Ghidorah retro. That seems like it needs to be
I
fixed.
love that that's what you're stuck on.
I am, because my head just wants to go, that's really cool and really easy to pop off, and there's not many ways to force your opponent to discard a character.
Nope.
So that
is really neat.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. If you can, like you said, there's ways to guarantee the hit. There's great ways to filter through your deck. He's basically just going, I'm going to either deck myself out or kill you. There's no
well, they did mention one gauge attack called Lightning Torture.
Yeah.
Which is a 2 difficulty 4 or 2 damage 2 speed 4 damage throw that says gauge 4, I believe. So if it deals at least 4 damage, you search your deck for a character and build it. And Ghidorah can give it 3 damage on his own.
Always gonna hit.
So it's gonna hit for
yeah,
it's gonna hit for the 4, and you automatically grab your other Ghidorah. It's silly as hell, and I love it. That is really, really good. I'm gonna have to bring that up to my locals and be like, "Hey, you guys told me I had to get my demon out, right?"
It's 99 plus because instead of using when you lose the last counter, you can use it as damage reduction going to 1 rather than losing the game.
True.
You've got the options there. It's created a very versatile retro deck. I'm just kind of stuck on this Ghidorah deck now. I think it's a really cool idea, and I don't know.
I might have to make a video on this. This is really fun. Put my old hermit spin on it.
If I didn't have videos lined up to like the end of April, I would do it myself, but you're going to be able to get one out quicker than me.
This is why you don't try hard.
Oh no, it's more that I've got like the LC videos I need to upload on top of everything else I've also got, and I've also got like the 1K tier list that are going to be keeping me in content for the rest of the goddamn year. But I definitely need to get some gameplay on, because I think this is going to be so interesting to watch. 99 health. what
It wouldn't
I,
be interesting. That'd be long and abrasive.
what I really want them to do is change the rule so that character stacking also applies in Hero 2.
As much as I would love that, I don't think they're gonna do it.
It would be great just because All Might 7 becomes much more powerful.
Yeah, but you could play All Might 7 and
All Might 4, sorry, All
you
Might
could
4.
play yeah, you could play 7 All Mights in retro with All Might 2. Not All Might 2. Which one's the one with air? Is
There's
that
a
All Might 3?
All Might 3 has air for sure.
Okay. Because the All Might 3 that has air or any of the All Mights that have order, which I think there's only one that has air and one that has order. Yeah, so the All Might 6 has order, which can give Punch and Fury's damage, and then All Might 3 has air, which can give Punch or Fury speed or damage. But they can both play the Prism Storm of Torment to build every All Might from your discard pile all at once.
Question.
Hmm.
I've not read the 3v3 rules that intensely, but if my character has counters on them and I switch characters, do the counters stay? Can we have 99 health Ghidorah in 3v3?
I would assume no, because in order for one of the Ghidorahs to die, they would have to get rid of the counters. There's nothing in the FAQs, at least not on their website.
Because what I'm saying, if you start off with Ghidorah 1, and then you just, like, your opponent seals your character, you can get your character to just die. You can then go into Ghidorah 2 with the counters.
I don't think so, because the removing the head counter to go back to full health is a static. It's not something that activates.
But it's something that can be
So
sealed.
you would just lose all of your things. You would
But-
have to be sealed.
It's something that can be sealed. Yes. Yeah.
Your best bet for that would be a gimmicky way of sealing yourself on your rival's turn, and I can only think of ways to do that in retro.
Yeah. Also, Prism Storm Torment and a bunch of combined firepowers also would do a lot of damage. That's fair.
Yeah, well, Prism Storm's also stupid because it's a 7 difficulty move that says if it's the 7th card you played this turn, it passes for free.
Is this
and it's a 7 high 7.
Is this a Suzuki card?
Yes.
Okay. Because you're like, it's a 7 with a 7 and it's a 7/7. This sounds not Suzuki. The Heavenly Saint, whatever his goddamn name is.
It's Suzuki, isn't it?
No, Suzuki is the beautiful Suzuki who is in the Demon.
Suzaku.
Suzaku, that's
Suzaku. They're so similarly named. Yeah, Suzaku. Yeah, it's a Suzaku card.
Yeah,
but imagine, because Ghidorah can remove.
That's Suzaku.
Yeah, because Ghidorah removes and draws, so you can just keep playing cards, and then you can play cards that you removed from the remove from game pile, like Polite and Well Spoken and stuff, and then just throw a 7 high 10 that doesn't need a check. That's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even need to, because you could throw an attack, throw 4 combined. So you start off with like the lightning torrent, the lightning torture. You put the 4 combined firepowers on there. That's 5 cards already.
Yeah.
So then you play 1 foundation, and you go, cool. Here's my 7th. Boom. Let's go.
Yep, you got like the galactic monsters. You got Polite and Well Spoken. You've got King Ghidorah Unleashed, which can play itself from your removed. So yeah,
what you're
retro
telling me
Ghidorah 99 health. Are we gonna lab on a 99 problems Ghidorah?
I don't think we can build this in 15 minutes. We probably could build this in 15 minutes, in all honesty.
I mean, if you give me like 2 minutes to get another soda, I probably could. But nah, this is something that I got to bring up. I'm definitely gonna scare my locals and be like, hey guys,
Go get
can
you
I
a
build a
soda.
Ghidorah with
Go get you
99
a
health?
soda, and I'll set some up so we can actually.
No, we don't have to, but
I want to build it so I can play it on TTS and
all
torture
right,
people.
give me back in a sec.
I want to build this now. Where's that gone? Damn it, Dan and Lighty Doctor. What have you done to me? What are you making me sign up for? Let's add new.
All right, I'm here.
Window capture. Just editing this so people can't see what also got open. The amount of like things in my tab bar. Okay, I'm gonna put this here so that I can still see chat, so that Lighter Doctor can actually help us as well.
Okay.
Boom. Okay, so we're gonna build a new deck.
So I've already got
99
2 or 3 gauge attacks to play that would help us get off to the races.
Dying isn't one. So we immediately start off with Ghidorah.
Ghidorah 3-headed monster specifically.
No, we need to put them all in it, don't we?
Well, yeah, but your starting character is 3-headed monster, and then Emperor of the Cosmos has to go in the deck because it's the only one with a check in difficulty.
I don't think it lets me add it to the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's not like to the deck areas, like on UGN.
Yeah, not to the deck area, but yeah, your starting character has to be the one without the check in difficulty.
Yeah.
So starting off, I've got a couple of ideas for our gauge attacks.
4 of those guys just to make sure they stay in the deck.
No, I would only do 1 because you only need 1.
But gauge can only pull from the deck, right? Does it pull from the discard and
deck or discard pile? It's deck or discard pile.
Deck or discard. Okay, so really only 1?
Yeah, you'd only need 1.
I'm gonna do 2 just to be on the safe side in case it gets removed or.
Well, there's cards that can pull characters from the remove pile, but we'll talk about that when we get to foundations.
And then we want combined.
We want combined firepower.
Absolutely. Now that we do want 4 of.
Yes. So, going on to gauge attacks, I have a couple of ideas. First of which is Lightning Torture. That's the one that, if it deals, it's a gauge 4. It says if there are 2 or more characters in your stage or discard pile, it gets 3 damage. But Ghidorah can also give it 3 damage, so it kind of guarantees that you're going to deal 4 and search for your character.
1 second.
And you also...
Lighter Doctor's put in 2 as well, because if you draw it, you can only remove cards from your hand. Yeah, so it's going to be hard to get it out, but I mean, you could always just play it at that point. So,
yeah, you could play it, or you could discard it for if you have some discard costs or something like that.
4 Lightning Torches, 4 difficulty, gauge 4. If there's at least two cards in your staging area or discard pile, this attack gets +3 damage. I mean, you can't attack turn 1 anymore, so pretty good you're going to have 2 in your staging area discard pile.
Well, even so, Ghidorah himself gives it 3 damage by removing a card from your hand.
True.
So that guarantees you deal the 4.
Prism of Torture?
Prism Storm of Torment's cheeky, but I don't think you need it if you're only running the one other character. Murderous Fire is a really good one. It's the when gauge. It's a gauge 3, 4 mid 5 that says if you have more characters in your stage than your rival, ready 1 foundation, and enhance if your hand size is less than your rival's, it gains throw.
So unless you come across another 5-hander, or I think Goro's now banned again.
Goro and Shiva are banned again, yeah.
Yeah.
Huitzel 2 is not banned, I don't think, but no one's gonna run him. So it
TMNT's
becomes a
not
4
banned,
mid
though.
8. It becomes a 4 mid 8 throw, which is just solid.
Yeah.
And then that triggers the gauge 3, and that gets you your character. And then the other gauge I was gonna suggest would be Bargeist Fang.
Not Moondance Ritual? Oh wait, what symbol?
That's not on
what symbol we have to build on death, don't we?
Evil.
Okay,
This is all on evil.
So we're building on evil. Okay, I need to. So I realized I put all the symbols up there. Okay.
No.
Go. Yeah,
But the other one I would suggest is Bargeist Fang.
It's
And
like
this isn't necessary, it's just cheeky.
Because you're going to guarantee getting 6 damage, which gets you 5 speed, and cannot be blocked by character cards. Not as impactful.
No, but it's an 8 mid 6, basically, with gauge 3. And again, gauge is only really going to be useful until we get our second character. But I think the +5 speed and 3 damage is really solid for a 4 diff. And it's a good way that we could build on if we wanted to keep doing that. Again, it having no block isn't the best. So if we didn't want to include it, I would completely understand.
Oh no, it doesn't have a block. Let me remove it so I can draw a card.
True. So some other attacks that we can run. Technical Sphere.
Technical Sphere. Charge, range, tech. Choose one attack in your remove from game pile that is not named Technical Sphere. This card gains all those abilities, keywords, and ratings printed on the card. Yep.
Including gauge. If we wanted to do that.
Now, the main issue if we were actually building this, Technical Sphere is a very hard card to find because of how good it is.
Okay, you didn't say that we had kind of a restriction.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, this is just like a caveat if people come back to watch this later. That
True.
Technical Sphere is going in because, TTS exists and it'd be fun to play it, but...
And I already own my 4 copies from back when it was standard legal.
Yeah, you play it. I need to go through my Red Horizon. Yeah, and see if I
it's Blood Omen.
But I don't think I own any Technical Spheres. What about the? What about? I think Prison Storm of Torment. Are you sure you don't want that one here?
I mean, it could be a nice one of because you can play so many cards in a turn, but I only use Prism Storm mainly if I'm playing like 6 or 8 characters that I just want to build, or like even just 4 that I want to build everything from the discard pile so quickly.
That's fair.
Do we want to run I'm just starting from like what we have standard now. Do we want to run Golden Destruction or Gravity Beam Volley? Because Gravity Beam Volley is a 1-check.
I probably wouldn't want. I probably wouldn't want to run Volley if we are running the one-off Prison Storm, because I can guarantee anytime you go to play it, you're going to check that there.
Unless you use the Gravity Beam Volley to keep picking it up and playing to get to be your 7th card.
I do already have 21 attacks in here.
21?
Yeah. 4 Tech Spheres, 4 Fangs, 4 Murderous Fire, 4 Lightning Torture, 1 Prism Storm, and 4 Ghidorah Unleashed.
Okay.
Why would you not be running Ghidorah Unleashed?
No, I was getting to that. I was getting to Ghidorah Unleashed.
So we'd have
Now, would we want to trim some of those gauges, since we wouldn't necessarily need all of them to like, essentially, once one gauge hits and does its job, we wouldn't need all of the rest.
But as a 5-hander, you need to find them.
True, but then you have no room for like World's Weakest Hunter,
Yeah, true. Well,
which
I
could
mean,
be a 5 mid 6 that could draw you 3 cards.
well, in that case, do we need the Begeist Fang? Because that feels like it's World's Weakest Hunter, but worse.
Yeah, that's why I said Bargai's Fang is like a suggestion, but it's not
Yeah.
one that I'm necessarily married to, because it's still not guaranteed to do the damage.
And if we cut, say,
So we
if we cut Murderous Fire down to say a 2 because it's not a guaranteed throw.
Because I also want to find spots for, like, you've got like Tri-Gravity Beam, you've got World's Weakest Hunter, you have. I was just looking at something and I don't remember what it was.
I don't think you need Tri-Gravity Beam in all honesty.
Yeah, it's still funny. Just to rip something out and then you can give it 3 damage and then itself can give it 2 damage, so it's a 4 mid 5 or a 4 mid 10.
However, Golden Destruction we probably do need to put in.
That's the Echo one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
After you move one or more cards from your hand, draw 1 card, and then so you get to replace you essentially get to double up on your character ability, and then if you have 8 or more cards you move from game pal, this attack gets +2 speed.
It's 2 speed.
So it becomes a 6,
yeah,
8,
which is really solid.
And then you get to pump everything else into it.
I agree. I'm just scanning through evil attacks right now, just kind of seeing
So
what
I've
else
got,
we can.
4 Godor Unleashed, 4 Torture, 2 Murderous Fire, 4 Tech Sphere, 1 Prism of Torment, 3 World's Weakest Hunter, 3 Golden Destruction for 21 attacks.
Okay, that's not bad.
4 Combined Firepower
really
and 2 King Ghidorah, Emperor of the Cosmos. So it's just
10...
onto the other stuff now.
Yeah, because obviously you want
Polite.
Polite and Well Spoken, and then the Ghidorah Foundation that can play itself from the remove from play pile.
Yeah, I cannot remember the name of that one though.
Neither can I. Oh god, we could play Guilty Throne? Can't imagine why we would, but we can. Scanning. Man, I'm glad I have most of these cards memorized, so I can just like look at the picture and be like, nah, we don't need that.
I am just going off your expertise because I have no idea. When it comes to retro, I sit here for so long going through this stuff.
That's
Galactic
fine.
Monster.
Galactic Monster, yes.
Are we doing that as a 4 of or a bit lower?
Because it's a 2-diff, you could probably get away with having it as like a 3. But I do just like being able to remove it and then build it, especially if you're trying to build up that Prism Storm to just shock your rival for like, hey, here's a 7 high 10 when you thought everything was over.
Speaking of which, we want 3 item menu.
Yeah.
Which you remove and get to draw an additional card. It seems why not.
So we're on Foundations now.
Yeah.
Do we want numbers advantage? Commit your attack gets 1 damage for each card in your remove pile.
I mean, it's got a good deadlock, but the free diff. Maybe as a 2 of.
Okay, I can see that. Of course, you want cards like a Moment of Normalcy. Very good defense in retro. Because there's a lot of stupid stuff.
Are we doing that as a 1 of or as a 2 of?
I'd do it as a 1 of.
Are we running Revoke? Because I feel like we put. Can we run Revoke? We can run Revoke.
Revoke's, it's evil life void.
So, should we be running Revoke? I feel like we should be running Revoke.
Yes, we should be running Revoke. We could run Defending Pageant Queen.
4 revokes or 3? Or 2?
I think we could get away with 3 because we draw so many cards.
Because, I mean, if we see it early, it's a free foundation.
Yeah.
If we see it late, we just get to cancel and enhance it. We get to cancel and enhance ability, including characters. Seems solid.
It is absolutely solid.
What else? What else are we running here? So we've got 13 foundations so far, and 7 actions.
That's if it's discarded. We don't need that. It's not great.
Might need to end soon because my internet rate has just dropped, but we'll finish the deck and then we'll wrap up.
Do you want Prism of 7? It's a foundation that says enhance, remove, add a character from your removed from game pile to your hand, just in case it does get removed. We also have enhance, your charge or gauge attack gets +1 speed.
I mean, probably should run, say, 2 just to be on the safe side in case we... Because if we have it down, essentially what we get to do is just add it back to our hand.
It's only if it's from the remove from game pile.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, but what we can do is say, remove it, draw a card, remove Prism of 7, add that back to hand.
Yeah. We also have Leader of the Saintly Beasts, form, sacrifice, reveal the top 5 cards of our deck. We may add a character or gauge card revealed this way to the hand, discard the rest.
I mean, I'd prefer that over the other 3 diff.
Okay.
Because that
sounds good.
Because that means we're going to be hitting our gauge attacks. As a 5-hander, that seems very important, especially later in the game. If we say have 10 foundations, we go, cool, we'll just destroy this and go look for an attack. But I'm going to put it as a 3 of...
Hell's Reach is a really good card.
I might take out the numbers advantage just because, although it's only 5 free diffs, if we see them together, that could be quite dangerous as a 5-hander.
Yeah. Throw in Hell's Reach. It's a 0 diff that says enhance, flip, ready this card, playable while committed. Just helps our string.
True. Hell's Reach.
If we wanted to get really cheeky, we could play Cleansed by Blood, which is enhance, lose 2 health. If your attack is blocked, your next non-throw gets 2 damage. We have 99 health, so...
lose 2 vitality if you attack spot your next attack. Yeah, no.
So it's just like, cool, you want to block this, and it's usually going to be one of the throws.
And then you got
our next one.
You got the remove cost as well.
Yeah, and that remove cost is playable while committed. So it's really good.
Yeah, max speed X equals its printed speed, so you just get to put it essentially to 0 speed if they haven't got any speed buff. 3 of that?
Yeah, that could be fun. I mean, it's a 4 check, so that's a little rough, but it's alright.
Master's Pride. Seems we're going to be going late. The League of Villains card that when you get momentum it flips and readies. And deadlock if your attack deals damage, you get +1 to your next check.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm thinking like 0 diffs and stuff like that we can kind of get out. Put that as a 3.
Yeah.
It's not as impactful as say like the other 0 diff like Hell's Reach.
We have Blood for Blood. It's a 2 diff that says enhance, lose 2 health. If your attack is blocked, your rival loses 2 health.
Excited for Blood? Do we want to heal a little bit more? And also, like you said, we don't care about losing health.
Yeah, that could be good for our 3 diff.
I'll stick that. Well, we've got 1 3 diff. I'd rather have the 2 there, like rather than the other 3 diff we had. So that's 5 3 diffs altogether. Blood for Blood. Destroy after this card is committed to your opponent's effect. Then destroy one of the foundations, but more committed. Lose 2 vitality if your attack is blocked. Your opponent loses 2 vitality. Yeah, no. 3 of that. Or 4?
Yeah. 3 would be fine. I mean, because yeah, we're losing health, but it's fine. Do we want to be even more defensive with Ophidiophobia? It's enhanced flip. If this attack is blocked, it deals no damage.
I mean, we're playing with 99 health. We don't care if we take the damage there, do we? We only
That's
really
true.
care for if we get sealed, but how many people are in count seal?
That just gives damage. Demanding submission. Excuse me. Demanding submission is good. Response sacrifice after your opponent plays a keyword ability, cancel its effect. If it had a rating, your rival loses health equal to that rating.
That could be very cool.
Yep. Screw your powerful. Screw your EX. Screw your stun. Screw breaker.
How big are we looking to go here? Because currently we're at 64.
If you think that's good, I'm just scrolling through. I hate that they put platinum in a separate thing because now all of those cards are duplicated.
I'm looking at it going, oh, we only have 10 low blocks, and then in my head goes, but you have 99 health. We do have 99 health.
Yeah. I have 10 low blocks. I also have 99 health. Deal with it.
I mean,
let me check.
We're
Let me check something
64,
in actions or.
We're currently running 64 cards, 21 attacks, 34 foundations, 7 actions, and 2 characters. Graph wise, we have 10 0 diffs, 11 1 diffs, 15 2 diffs, 5 3 diffs, and then everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, because we could still play like military airship if we wanted to. We could play Dr. Ichigai. We could play Toguro Brothers.
Ooh, I think Toguro Brothers is a sideboard card.
What about Barrier Shield?
Uh,
just to breaker people.
But again, do we care? We're just tanking all this
I
stuff.
always care, man.
But we're just tanking. We haven't gone defensive. We're just looking to build up our board, which is why we've got like the Galactic Monster and the Planet Well Spoken. And we're going, yeah, can you do 99 before I do whatever you're doing? The only thing we have to worry about is not seeing Lightning Torture.
Yeah, or the other Gauge card.
Murderous Fight. And then even if we do, we have Tech Sphere, which allows Lightning Torture to become a Gauge throw.
Yeah, it's nutty. Yeah, just off the rip, I think that could be good enough.
I've called this deck. I have 99 problems, but dying isn't one.
Yeah, that could be a really fun Ghidorah base to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to see what I've got. I think I have Murderous Fires because I'm going through the DLC. But I would happily play this. From when we started just talking about it, I love the fact that we built a deck and it is none of the characters we decided.
Like I said, I didn't pick any standard characters.
Why is this called copy of I've got 99 problems? Oh, I must have clicked the copy button.
And we did it in what, 15 minutes?
20.
20, something like that?
About 20 minutes. That's pretty good. Right. Oh. Thanks to everyone and for being here. Thanks to Lady Doctor and Dan AK for pointing out this really cool combo that we kind of just then hijacked to make ourselves. We're going to leave it there because it is getting late and I agreed to do essentially 15 games of UVS on the stream tomorrow, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Cameron won't be here next week as he's got family things he needs to do. It is the TTP and I can't remember the name of your store, Dan. I do apologise. There's a few LCs going on next weekend. including ones out in in America and other places. So there might not be too many people around. So I might come up with something fun to do while people are doing that, to just as a nice casual stream that people can come back to. If not, I've got enough content to fill the gap. Thanks for being here, Cam. This was a really cool idea. Unfortunately, Siri was not able to be here, so this was a great thing to fill in. And we came across something very cool that we're going to build a deck for. Of course, as always, if you are learning to play this game and want to find the best resources to do it, go check out Universus Hermit. The Hermit School is the best place to do it. And if you want theories, news, or more, win, lose, or draw, you keep it with Universus. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you at game night. Bye.
Have a good evening.